Hello, you guys. Welcome back to Lily Reads. Another week, another reading vlog. So, in this video, as you can tell by the title, I am going to be reading books from authors I have not liked in the past. That means I have never liked a book from them, and I am going to give them one last chance to impress me. If I do not like their book, I am never reading from them again. I do not think I own any more books from any of these people, but I will never be checking out anything from them again. And that's pretty much the gist of the reading vlog. Reading from authors I have not liked in the past. So, we have three books. We are going to read in today's vlog. So the first thing we have is Sherry Lapena, An Unwanted Guest. I am a big ass liar. I own more Sherry Lapena books. I own like 2 more Sherry Lapena books, but I got them on discount, so it's not that deep. So we have The Unwanted Guest. I've actually heard really good things about this book, so I feel like I'm giving Sherry Lapena a fair chance to see if I'm going to like them. So the Sherry Lapena book that I read in the past was The Couple Next Door. The Couple Next Door was this domestic thriller about a couple whose baby goes missing and everything going on with that. There's a dinner party, a baby goes missing, and we're trying to figure out what that is. I did not like that book. I remember not liking it because I didn't like the way the story was told. It was told with a third-person omniscient narrator. They knew everything about everyone, and it just didn't really have any suspense to me that a thriller would need to really keep me hooked. But I have an unwanted guest, and I am hoping that this book really works for me, and Sherry Lapena is an author I can look to and want to read their books. The next book that we have is by Samantha Downing, For Your Own Good. I have also heard really good things about this book, so I feel like I am sending Samantha Downing out with the best of intentions. I believe this is going to be a hit for me. But the book that I read in the past by Samantha Downing was My Lovely Wife, Such a Lovely Wife, from My Lovely Wife. This book was like a couple. Basically, they're serial killers. This serial killer couple, you know, you had a man and a woman, and they were serial killers, and this was about them and their life and how they kill people. Did not like this book as well. I found it a little clunky. I found it a little silly. It just didn't reach the beats I needed it to reach for me, but I heard good things about For Your Own Good, and I am excited to get to it. The last book is Lucy Foley's The Paris Department. I think of all the books that I read, I dislike Lucy Foley's first book that I read from them the most, The Guest List. I did not like The Guest List. I gave The Guest List 1 out of 5 stars. This is about a group of people. They come to an island for a wedding and someone dies. You guys have learned, I just don't like that. I do not like people coming together. One person dies. Let's figure out who did it. It's not my thing. I don't really like whodunit mysteries like that, and I never do, but I keep picking them up. But The Guest List was the first time where things started to click for me that I just may not like this thing, because a lot of people like this book. I just may not like this thing. The Paris Department. Now, this is the book I have not heard great things about, but I already planned this video out before I started hearing bad things about this book. I've actually not heard a single person say a good thing about this book, so I don't know what to tell you, but I am excited to read it. It is the book that we are going to be reading first in this video, so we will start with The Paris Department. Later on, you guys will see me. I'll have braids. Y'all won't see the fro for much longer. But, since this is a vlog, I can chat. So if you follow me on As Told by Kenya, like my main channel, I feel like at this point, this is my main channel. You guys see me a lot more than the As Told by Kenya crew see me. But, y'all know that I cut my hair like literally a month ago. And like, you guys, it is growing like a weed. It is growing literally like a weed. I feel like I didn't even cut it. I feel like it's back to the length before I cut it, and I genuinely cannot believe it. I love my hair. Like, I wish this love of hair I have for myself on everyone. I simply love my hair. I don't blow it out often. The only time I blow it out is if I'm going to put braids in it, and I love it so much. It's so cute. It's just so cute. I would literally wear my hair like this, but I just don't know how I would continue to wear it like this. I just feel like if I walked outside, it would just get flat, and like that's never me. I don't like flat hair. I don't like, that's two things about me. I don't like straight hair and I don't like flat hair. I like big voluminous hair. Like I love an afro. Anyways, let's get into the vlog. We're gonna have some fun on this one because I already started like the first 10 pages of the Paris Apartment, and I lie to you not, we're on DNF alert, okay? I'm not even gonna get to the next clip and to like drag it out. We're on DNF alert, okay? Peace. This is the Say Something Nice challenge, where I am going to attempt to say something nice about a book I am not enjoying. So this is the first clip for The Paris Apartment by Lucy Fowley. I don't want to continue reading this. I am going to continue reading this because I feel like I can give it a little bit more. I can give it a little bit more, but so far this book is just very, very boring. Okay, so we have this woman. She is from London. Something, I believe that's where she is from. I don't know. And basically, she decides to go live with her brother in France. And so she tells her brother, it's her half brother, but they both were given up for adoption when they were little. And so basically they've fallen out of touch. They don't really talk, but she needs some place to stay, and she tries to get in contact with him to stay with him. He always kind of helps her out of issues that she finds herself in. And once again, she finds herself in an issue and she's going to come to him for help. And so he's like, sure, you can come stay with me. He gives her directions on how to come stay with him, his apartment number, all of that. Well, when she gets to the apartment, she realizes he is nowhere to be found. She asks around, nobody has seen him, or no one claims to have seen him. There is no evidence that he is gone or that he is coming back. It's just he's nowhere to be found. And so she's trying to sleuth and trying to figure out what is going on in this place. Y'all heard that word sleuth? So you know I'm not enjoying it. Kenya hates amateur sleuths. I do not like it when characters have to like crack mysteries. I do not like that. I think it's the reason why I can't fully get on board with the cozy mystery, thing. Because there's something about regular people having to like really dedicate all of their time into figuring something out that's just really boring to me. I like when characters stumble upon what's going on. That's why I love a domestic thriller. I like when the pieces just come together and that's how we figure out what's going on. But when you have a character who is dedicating all their time to figuring out a mystery that they're not even sure is a mystery yet, I do not like it. It just bores me. It's not like I have any real moral reason why I don't like it. It just bores me. And that's what this book is doing. This book is absolutely boring me. This book is like Riley Sager Lock Every Door. If Riley Sager Lock Every Door started off absolutely terribly. This book is so boring. I have never read a main character who is so bland. You get information about the main character, but none of it really allows for you to paint a picture of what this person is actually like. You get little anecdotes about her life before she came to Paris. None of them seem real. None of them are interesting. You're just like, who is this person? And so then the most annoying part about this book is, actually, you know what? I'm going to say the best part about this book is meeting the different people in the apartment. Meeting the different people who live in the apartment. So you get POVs from people who live in the apartment, and it's clear that they're all keeping a secret. Some are more interesting than others, but you get POV chapters, and I do find those more interesting than I find being in the main character's head because she's boring. But overall, the mystery that we have just isn't compelling enough to keep you reading. So I'm still reading it because I'm nosy and I'm doing this video. I want to know what happened to her brother. But if my only reason for reading a book is finding out what happened to someone, if it doesn't end the way I want it to end, or if I don't find it interesting, what happened to the brother, then I'm gonna absolutely despise this book. There should be more elements. There's no other elements except curiosity. You're just curious as to what's going on in this apartment and why is her brother missing. That's the only thing keeping you reading. But I could just flip to the last 50 pages and figure it out all the same. So what makes it, why should I read all this? Why should I read all this, you know? So we are on DNF alert. We're on heavy DNF alert. I am going to give this book 50 more pages, and if it doesn't pick up, if I'm just not curious, I'm going to let it go, and I'm going to go on Goodreads, and I'm going to figure out what happened to the brother, and I'm going to call it. So yeah, those are my initial thoughts, and I will see you guys back later. You guys, as this vlog continues and continues and continues, my skin is going to get worse and worse and worse and worse. If you watch my open water 5-star prediction video I posted, you will know I'm going through a chemical peel right now. And so my skin, like, I'm only on day, like, we're at the beginning. So my skin is just going to get worse and worse. But, The Paris Apartment by Lucy Fowley is going to go officially in the DNF pile, which is really unfortunate because as I hold this book up, I really like this cover. I bought this book on discount, so I don't really give much of a damn about it, so I don't feel anything about DNFing it. You guys, I almost finished this book. I literally only have like 102 pages left of this book. I'm DNFing it because I don't care. I like really was reading it, and this book, I said earlier, like hearing different perspectives from people was interesting. I lied. The more you hear about the people in the story, the like less and less interesting they are. The less and less interesting they are. They're boring. Every character in this book is boring. Our main character is boring. The man who's missing is boring. I have a feeling he's just like going to be like, there's this question, if he's murdered, is he missing? I have a question like, it's all just going to be stupid. Like in the end, like the thing that make the what's going on is just going to be ridiculous. There was a reveal that happened in this book that just made me roll my eyes. I just don't want to do it anymore, and I would rather move on to something that fulfills me. And because this is the end of the month, I just don't feel like it's worth wasting time, because in February I only read books by Black authors. I'm trying to get some books out of the way that aren't by Black people, like, so because I don't want to wait till March to read them, and so there's just no point to read this. So that means me and Lucy Fowley are officially done. I'm done dating her. We will never be a thing. It's over. I will never be purchasing a Lucy Fowley book again in the future. I will never be reading a Lucy Fowley book in the future. I would never be watching videos where anyone is reviewing a Lucy Fowley book in a video. Like, no. Boring. Just absolutely boring. I thought the guest list was absolutely boring. So, I think the guest list was 10 times more interesting than this book. So what does that say? So, bookmark out. We're done. Once I pull the book, well, that's the thing. When I DNF a book, once I pull the bookmark out, oh, you know we're done. Because now I don't even know where I left off at. This is completely going over. But I've run into an issue, my friends. Something about DNFing a book actually makes me want to keep it, because it just feels like an unread book. So, like, I want to, like, keep it. But that don't make no goddamn sense, because it's like you literally tried to read it and couldn't. So it literally needs to leave. But something about it's like, what if I want to return to it one day? I literally stopped reading. I decided to DNF this book a few hours ago, and like I quite literally don't know what's going on. Like I would have to honestly, if I pick this book up in a week, I would have to start from the beginning. I don't know what's going on with these characters. I simply do that, and the thought of that makes me want to kill myself. So, with that being said, I am going to move on to For Your Own Good by Samantha Downing. I'm over here getting all my books that I've read this month in order. I'll show you. These are all the books that I've read this month. These are like my unhauls. I think I'm going to keep You're Invited. I think I'm going to... And then I like these. And so this is unhaul. This is unhaul. This is unhaul. This is, yeah. So unhaul stuff that I'm shelving and going to keep. I've read 9 books so far this month. Then I have to read the book club pick, which is Whiteout. And then I have to read 2 more books for this video. And I think, look how bad my skin looks right now because of the pill. Ooh, it's going to be a long few days. Yeah. That's what we're going to do. Peace. Hello, you guys. I am here to give you guys my initial thoughts on For Your Own Good by Samantha Downing. I told you at the top of the video, I read My Lovely Wife by Samantha Downing last year. Did not love it. Gave it 1 or 2 stars. It just was not for me. But I'm coming in here with the best of intentions, and I'm here to tell you what this book is about. This book is about a school. In this school, there is a teacher. He does not come from wealth. He does not come from money, even though he teaches at this school that is very prestigious. All the students end up going to nice Ivy League colleges. It's a private school. The parents make a lot of money. They pay a lot of money for the kids to go there, and he works at this school. But he does not like his students. He believes that his students are entitled little brats, and it is his job to humble them. It is his job to teach them how the real world should be for them, that people aren't going to cut corners for them, and people are going to treat them like a regular person. And that is what he does. He makes it his mission to make their lives miserable. He really picks on specific students and decides he's gonna make their lives miserable. Well, as he is doing that, one day at this school, a teacher ends up dropping dead. Is she a teacher? Does a teacher end up dropping dead, or do a girl's mother? A girl's mother ends up dropping dead. And that starts this entire story of what happened to this teacher, what's going on at this school, what's going on with the dead body, all of that. That's what this sets up. I'm not enjoying myself. I'm lukewarm on it. It's not like I'm just not thrilled about it. I'm just very lukewarm on this book. Samantha Downing has a way that she likes to write thrillery mysteries. I wouldn't even call this like thriller mystery, because you know everything that's happening. This book, you're in multiple people's heads all of the time. There's multiple POVs, so you know what's going on. Nothing is really a mystery here, but Samantha Downing has this way of writing that I feel is kind of like parody. Like, she makes like parody writing of like the thriller mystery genre, and I just can't get on board. I find this book to be a little silly. And if you want me to really invest in this story, you're going to have to give me a character that, even though he's a narcissist and he's a psychopath, I find him funny, or I'm curious. I want to know what he's going to say. I want to know what he's going to do. And I just find the main character of this book, the teacher, to just be really flat. He doesn't seem like a real person. Even as a narcissist and as a psychopath, he doesn't seem like a real narcissist or a real psychopath. It just all feels a little fraudulent. It feels a little fake. It feels a little vapid. I just feel like, I don't know, it's like reading a parody of a thriller mystery. It's just not all that intriguing for me, and that's exactly what I thought about My Lovely Wife. So now I just have to say that it's a Samantha Downing thing that I just can't get on board with. I don't like fun thriller mysteries. It's the reason why I don't think I can get on board with the cozy mystery. Like I said in my last clip, like I don't really like fun mystery stories, fun thrillery stories. Like I like us to get kind of dark and so tongue-in-cheek type stories where it's just like ha ha ha, comedy, fun. It's just, I can't. It's kind of like how some people don't like horror stories that are like too fun. I don't like thriller mysteries that are too fun and too satirical and too, tongue-in-cheek. I don't like it. And so I'm just lukewarm on this. I think this book is for someone. That's why I don't think it's a bad book. I just think I won't be the audience for it. But I'm going to continue. I want to show you guys some library books I recently got from the library. If you watch my open water review I did on my last video, I told you guys I was going to the library. Then I went to the library, but I didn't go inside the library because I didn't want to go inside the library. So I finally went inside the library and I picked up some books. The first book that I picked up was Amari and the Night Brothers. I plan on reading this for a vlog next month. If you do not know, in February I only read Black authors. I celebrate Black History Month on my channel and only read Black authors. And Amari and the Night Brothers, I feel like this is the perfect time to get to this. It was available at my library and so I picked it up. If I really like it, I'm probably gonna just jumpstart and go to the next book, even though they didn't have the next book at my library. So that's a little unfortunate, but but if I really like this, I'll probably just go ahead and physically buy it. Another book that's not at my library but I want to buy so bad, Night Crawling. I'll put a picture up. I thought this book would be at my library so I could read it in a video next month or just read it on my own next month. And it wasn't at my library, so now I have to go buy it. But I have a 1 in and 1 out rule, like I was saying before. And so I need to find another book to get rid of. Luckily for me, I have 2 books. I have 2 books that I already am like, if I have to get rid of a book in order to bring some in, it will be these 2 books. So these books are already like, I don't need to keep them. So maybe I want to get rid of For Your Own Good. Maybe I get rid of For Your Own Good if I don't like it, and then I can buy Nightcrawler. But I've already reached my limit, like I showed you. Wait, did I show you guys that? Okay, so I have like a 1 in, 1 out rule. Maybe I never showed, did I show you guys this? I don't know if I showed you guys this, but I have a 1 in, 1 out rule. And so I am getting rid of 5 books this month. I'm getting rid of 2 Megan Mirandas. I'm getting rid of The Paris Apartment. I'm getting rid of Love on the Brain. And I'm getting rid of You Are Invited. I literally have them all right here. I'm getting rid of 5 of these books. And so I get to purchase 5 books. Whatever I get rid of, I get to purchase. And so I picked up 3 Black young adult books, because y'all know that's like my thing. And then I picked up Honey and Spice, which I told you guys about in my 23 books I want to read in 2023. And then I picked up Legends and Lattes. So those are the 5 books I purchased this month. But I want to read Night Crawling next month, and it's just not at the library. They don't have it at any of the libraries that are near me. And so I'm just like fucking screwed unless I get rid of another book. So maybe I'll get rid of For Your Own Good if I give it 3 stars or less. We'll have to see, because I don't know. I don't feel like I want to get rid of For Your Own Good, and everything else. I already unhauled 5 books this month, so I don't want to unhaul anything from the books I read this month. I don't know. I don't know what to unhaul, but I am going to buy Night Crawling. I got to figure something out. I got all these books and I can't get rid of none of them. When I tell you guys these books are my babies, they really are my babies. Like, I don't be want to get rid of nothing, but I should. Anyways, I picked up Circe from the library. I had it on hold and I picked up Circe. This will also be in a vlog, but it'll be in a vlog for March. I'm going to do a whole library reading vlog. Library chooses my TBR, and that will be in it. And then I got Mary Kubica's new release, Just the Nicest Couple, little sneak peek. In March, I'm going to do an author deep dive. I try to do an author deep dive every single month this year, and my author deep dive in March is supposed to be Mary Kubica. So I got this book. I'm going to have to end up renewing them. You only can keep them for 2 weeks, but it's all thing. Mary Kubica is going to be that. I already own 2 other Mary Kubicas, and that'll be that. But we'll discuss that in March. So when March comes, you'll know that. Anything else? Oh, I picked back up The Last to Vanish because I want to have it for the wrap-up I'm going to do. I also want to actually physically buy The Last to Vanish. I want to personally buy The Last to Vanish. But I don't have anything to get rid of. I thought I was, because when I started like not liking certain books this month and DNF, I was like, ooh, I'm gonna have so many books I can get rid of, and so I can buy a bunch of books. But then these are pre-orders, by the way. I had no clue that these books were gonna come. So that took up 3 of my slots on pre-order. So these were pre-orders. And then Legends and Lattes. I wanted to get this before the cover change. I don't know if they're going to keep this cover and do another cover. I don't know. But if you want to get me to buy something, tell me they changing the cover. So I purchased that. And then I wanted to get Honey and Spice. And I ended up actually getting Honey and Spice free at Target because I had Target points. But it's not about money. It's about space. I have the money to buy the books that I want. It ain't about that. It's about the space. I don't want to overcrowd this bookshelf. As long as I live here, this is going to be my bookshelf. And I just don't want to what if I live here for another 4 years? I have 4 years worth of books that will have to have room on this shelf. I'm not extending my shelves again. I don't want my books to leave out of this room. I don't want to add any more shelves. So we got to start reading and getting rid of stuff. Reading and getting rid of stuff. That's like my goal in 2023. Anyways, I've talked to you guys for too long. Next clip will be my final thoughts on For Your Own Good. And I will see you guys then. Okay, you guys. I have completed For Your Own Good by Samantha Downing. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get the love for this book. I don't get the hype for this book. I am going to give this book 3 out of 5 stars. This is just not my type of thriller mystery because there is no thrills and there is no mystery. This is just a dark academia book, I guess. So maybe I shouldn't even include it in thriller mystery because there is no thriller, there is no mystery. You are aware of everything that is happening in this book, and that is just not how I like to be in a horror-y, speculative type book. I don't like to know everything that's going on. I don't like multiple point of views. I just don't really like that. And I found all of these characters boring. There's only one character that I thought was interesting, and that is the character who is the old student who comes back. That is the only character that I found interesting. Everyone else, I was just really bored by. Our main character, I don't feel like there's anything pulling me towards him. For him to be the main character, he's the driving force of the book. There has to be something I wish I found him funny, or even I kind of see where you're coming from, even though you're weird and you're crazy. I didn't feel any of that. He was just... There was no humanity to him. There was nothing that made him feel like a real person, someone you wanted to be in his head. And everyone else I just found really, really boring. This book did have things I enjoyed about it. When we get closer to the end and all the pieces are coming together, it feels like the walls are closing in on certain characters. I did enjoy that. But I was ready and prepared to give this book 4 stars because it was clunky and the characters weren't the best, but I enjoyed my time. But then the ending was bad for me. I did not enjoy the ending. The most fun I had in the book at the ending was the epilogue. The epilogue I thought was really good. But other than that, it's 3 stars for me. It's just not for me. And that's really, really unfortunate because I really thought this was going to be the Samantha Downing book that made me like Samantha Downing and feel like I can give Samantha Downing more of a chance. So I actually do own one more Samantha Downing book, and it's He Started It. It's somewhere and I own it, and it's He Started. Because I bought it, I'll read it at some point. I won't read it for a video. Maybe I will. Who knows? I might come up with an idea on a way to read it, authors who I'm giving their final chance. But this is authors I'm giving their final chance. Samantha Downing, I gave a 3, which means I can read another book for her because it's 2 and below. You don't get no more chances from me, Lucy Foley. But this is a no for me. It's just a whatever. I'll forget I read it. It'll be one of those books at the end of the year when I'm putting my end of the list stuff together. I'll be like, oh, I read that book. But we're going to move on to the last book in this video. It is The Unwanted Guest by Shari Lapena. By Shari Lapena. That's the last book we're going to read for that video. I'm going to get started on that right now so I can get to editing this video for you guys. But yeah, I'm really disappointed in For Your Own Good. For Your Own Good kind of has me a little slumpy. When I go into a book really expecting to like it and I don't like it, it slumps me out of it. And so I'm going to try to get out of that and go into The Unwanted Guest. I've heard really good things about that book, so let's hope it lives up to it. But I'm excited. I love someone coming in mystery. I don't know. I just feel like I just need a real thriller. I need a real thriller mystery, and I'm hoping the unwanted guest is that. I said that I might finish The Paris Apartment by Lucy Foley. I'm a liar. That's a chop. I'm not finishing that book, so that's out the door. So the unwanted guest, last book. I'll see you guys with my initial thoughts. Peace. Hello, you guys. I am back for our first update on The Unwanted Guest. The Unwanted Guest by Shari Lapena. I have been caught in a lie. I am someone who says I do not like locked room mysteries. I consider locked room mysteries anywhere where we have a group of characters and they can't leave a destination. So even if they're on an island, I consider that a locked room mystery. Like, you can't just go down to your mama house, you know? You can't just run away. Like, I consider all of that locked room isolation mysteries. And I say I don't like those when one person is dead and we have to figure out who did it. Now, if we're on an island or something, or in a house or something, and people are dropping dead, I love it. I absolutely love it. And then there were none. But when it's just one person dead, we have a cast of characters, you can't leave a certain place, and it's like, who did it? It's just not for me. It's just not for the kid. Well, I've been caught in a lie because this book is exactly that, and I'm enjoying the fuck out of it. And I have been going back and forth on why I'm enjoying this book more than I have enjoyed books like The Club, You're Invited. What's another book? The Guest List. Yeah, more than I've enjoyed books like that. And I have reasons, but let me tell you what this book is about. This book is basically this hotel in the middle of the mountains. It's this luxury hotel in the middle of a mountain, and we have a cast of characters all coming to this hotel for some reason, most of them vacationing, and all of a sudden they are all at this hotel. They get to know each other for like a night, and then the following morning, one of the guests who we have met in the story, they are found dead at the bottom of the stairs. And basically they are snowed into this cabin. There's no electricity, there's no cell phone reception, there's nothing, none of that, and they're not trying to figure out what happened, but everyone is just kind of forced to be around each other, and you're just learning things about them. And I'm going to tell you already, I'm almost halfway done, and I'm enjoying the fuck out of this book. Number one, this book reads so easily. There's not a lot of words on the page. It reads really, really easily. But what I'm enjoying most about this book is usually in the books that I read that are like locked room mysteries, you get chapters. You get POV chapters from every single person, and those POV chapters are usually so much information about the character's life that has nothing to do with what's going on in the current situation. It's just about, their family, about their work life. It's just stuff about them, and from that information, you're gonna figure out who would have the motive to kill someone. That's usually how those stories go. This book is not doing that. It's not POV chapters, even though we get everyone's POV. We're jumping from POV to POV like 3 times on one page. You're constantly in everybody's head. You constantly know what's going on with everyone, so it never feels like, okay, here's the next person, okay, here's the next person. We're always just surrounded by these characters, and it really feels like you're a fly on the wall at this cabin. But we don't have too much information, because in The Couple Next Door by Shari Lapena, I felt it did this exact same thing where we were jumping from character to character, but I felt like we had too much information on each character, and so there was no real mystery. There was no real intrigue, because I'm like, I know everything about everybody. Like, I don't really care that much no more. But this one is giving you just enough information. There are secrets that clearly the characters are keeping. We only get to know the thoughts that they have, if you know what I'm saying. We don't get to know anything deeper than the thoughts that they would just have in that situation, We don't go too far back unless it has something to do with the plot. And the characters are so interesting. I'm going to try my best and tell you every character in here. But boy, am I gonna miss out. I don't know their names, but like, stay with me. Okay, we have a couple. We have a married couple who's like middle aged and they hate each other. They're my favorite so far. Married couple who hate each other. We have two people who are about to get married. They are there and they're very, very rich. We have two best friends. They're there. We have a lawyer. He's there. We have a hostess, the person who owns the hotel and hosts for the hotel and like, does everything, He's there. We have a girl who was found, a girl and her friend were found in a ditch. They're there. Was she by herself or was it? I don't forgot now. I don't forgot if it was just her, but we got some people. And then, am I missing anyone else? I want to say there's some other people, but I'm just not sure. That's who I can remember, but there might be like 3 more people. There might be 2. Maybe that could totally be it, but I feel like there's more than that. Does it say? No, it doesn't tell you on here. But that's pretty much the people who like really get to talking. Of course, the married couple is my favorite. You guys know I love married people who hate each other. That's my favorite thing in the world. So like, I love them. But yeah, you just have a cast of characters. They're all here. They're all mingling. And we're trying to figure out, oh, someone's dead. I forgot to tell you. Ooh, that married couple. That couple that was about to get married, yeah, the woman died. The woman died, y'all. Somebody pushed her down the stairs, so they saying, and she's dead. And they trying to figure out why that is. But it's really interesting. I don't have anything more to say about that. I think because this book is fast-paced, it doesn't feel like it's dragging. It just feels like we're setting up for a good mystery. It gets to the point. The people have good backstories. They're interesting. So yeah. Those are the characters thus far. But I am going to finish this, obviously off camera. I'm not going to read it to you. And I'll come back with my final thoughts. Okay? Peace. Okay, you guys. This is the end of the video. We read 3 books in this video. This was me reading from authors that I read in the past. And first and foremost, I need to give you guys final thoughts on Sherry Lapena, The Unwanted Guest. I'm giving this book 4 out of 5 stars. This was a really enjoyable book. Think Ruth Ware's One by One. Think Breathless by Amy McCulloch. And obviously think Agatha Christie and Then There Were None. I would actually say I don't know if this is pitched as a Agatha Christie retelling in a way, but it gives very And Then There Were None by Agatha Christie. I guess you kind of don't even have to say that now. When people die one by one, it's always going to give And Then There Were None by Agatha Christie. But if you really do like And Then There Were None by Agatha Christie, this is just like that. I thought the characters were really good in this book. I thought the dynamics between everyone was really good in this book. What I love the most about this book is that everyone was focused on the people dying. Like, we just didn't get a lot of fluff about what's going on with them back home and all this stuff. Like, the secrets about their life that needed to come out and that were intricate to the story came out, but it just wasn't a lot of backstory and it wasn't really complicated and all that. I enjoyed this book. This is a really good winter mystery, that you can read. Yeah, that's pretty much that on that. Does it shock you out of your boots? No, but I just do think it's a good, fun ride. So anyways, we read 3 books for this video. We started with Lucy Foley's The Paris Apartment. This is a DNF. I did not finish it, never got back to it, and there's really nothing else I can say about that. I'm gonna unhaul it. Not for me. Lucy Foley is not for me. I'm gonna call it on that. The next book that we read was For Your Own Good. I also don't think this book was for me. I think if you are a fun girl who likes to read fun stories and thriller mystery isn't really your thing, or you don't really like, if you just like dark academia, you just want to read about a school where strange things are happening and people are dying, this is the book for you. That's just not my thing. I don't really like tongue-in-cheek funny, kind of lighthearted. People are dying, so how light can it be? But you know, kind of lighthearted mystery thriller type books. That's just not really my thing, and that's what this is. And so I really couldn't get down with it, but I did give it 3 out of 5 stars. So for what that is worth. Then the last book, I dropped all my books. So the last book that we read was Shari Lapena, and it was An Unwanted Guest, which I just told you about. I'm giving this book 4 out of 5 stars. I really, really enjoyed it. I think you should pick it up if you want a winter mystery. And yeah, that's the end of this video. So I will be reading more Shari Lapena in the future. I will buy more Shari Lapena if Shari Lapena is doing something. I think she redeemed herself after The Couple Next Door. When it comes to Samantha Downing, I own one more Samantha Downing book. He started it. I am going to read that book, but I think if that book is mediocre to me, like 3, I'm going to leave Samantha Downing alone. We just aren't there, and Lucy Foley is done. Anyways, that is the end of this one. If you want to see more of me, hit me up on Patreon, which is As Told by Kenya, or you can head over to the As Told by Kenya YouTube channel, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.